And what's up, everybody? This is None Defense, host of this YouTube channel, and of course the co-leader of the team Still Unboomable, along with our real leader, Miss Boom Bitch Angie. Of course, our co-leader. Oh, say hello, Angie.
Hey, everybody.
And of course, our co-leaders are Mr. Bronsoon from Australia and Mr. Nick Hill from India. And of course, we have HB and Titan as our officers. They're in there somewhere. Oh, and Bone's an officer, and he does really well. I'm just gonna be very quick about it. Yesterday there was a bit of controversy on Still Unboomable, and all eyes are on me, and everybody is wanting to know what the hell is None thinking. Let me explain. If you're watching this video and you are not on our team, typically if you go through you'll see Foxtrot beat it, Sour Grapes beat it, Sour Grapes beat it, Stronghold beat it, Axol beat it. Axol is a training op. Foxtrot, we lose Foxtrot that day. Something went wrong. Foxtrot beat it. I mean, you see the point. We beat, we beat these operations, and we go in and we crush them. That's what we do. Yesterday we got 26 attacks on the operation, and I just called this thing dead and just said nope, nobody else attack, and everybody flipped out on me. And you know what? I'm kind of glad everybody flipped out on me because it got everyone's attention. If had I continued to just let y'all go in and attack and lose this operation, I would have not been able to specifically point out the moments that we lost this operation, and that is why I stopped it, because it was getting so ridiculous that it was time to teach. It just trying to win, done. We gave up on that. It was time to teach. And first thing when you got to teach an important lesson is you have to get everyone's attention. Well, in the history of me being leader of this team, 329 days ago, I have never canceled an operation. Never. So the fact that I did it yesterday, yeah, I guarantee the people who've known me a long time know that something was going on. There was an issue that needed to be worked out in my mind. So whether you agree or disagree that we should have kept going, everybody kept complaining, saying, oh, we should try to go and get force points. I don't care about your force points. I don't care about your resources. I don't care about my force points or my resources. So don't expect me to care about yours. I care about team play. I care about the system that we have spent months and months and months ironing out the details of. And I care about the fact that yesterday lots of people just were making stupid, boneheaded mistakes. And if you hear this opinion and feel like, oh, well, he takes the game too seriously, yeah, man, go ahead and just write that down, take it to the bank, cash it in for $5.58, because that's true. I take this team too seriously, not the game. Screw the game. I take the team seriously. I take the people on this team that I care about seriously. I take the success of this team with the people working together very seriously. Absolutely. And if that's too serious for you, then man, consider this your notice. Go ahead and find a team. If I wanted to be on a team that just didn't really care, I would have just stayed on the Super Saiyans. Alright, boom, slam, there, you got me? Like, that's how I feel. The people who came over to this team came here for a reason. Well, welcome to the team, pal. So, I'm not angry. There's a term that we want to really start getting you guys to understand, that we have never been real life angry. Our life has a lot of stuff going on in it. I'm not wasting even a second of my time letting this game bleed over into my real life day, my real life emotions. But in Boom Beach we do have a term, and it's called Bangry. That's B-A-N-G-R-Y. We are Boom Beach Bangry. Bangry. And that means when people on the team are just doing boneheaded moves that we're irritated enough to go, grrr, what are you doing? But certainly not real life angry. I'm not wasting even a second being real life angry. So for all you people who are wasting time getting real life hurt feelings, stop. Just stop. Take the advice, hear what we have to say, hear the opinion, trust the experience that it's coming from, make the adjustments, and let's just keep booming, man. Like, we don't want to take much time having to sort out how you feel about my opinion. If you respect my opinion, listen to my opinion. If that's an issue for you, then just, I don't know, man. I'm not telling you to like, oh, shape up or ship out, but I'm just saying I'm not changing. Okay, so I got nothing else to say on that subject. We're going to go on this operation, and we're going to go through the attacks. Now, Braun was having internet issues, but I do have access to all of his accounts, so, full disclaimer, I could have certainly... Oh, stop it, kiddies. That's Mishu and Emily, just always acting wacky. Anyway, so I could have used... I had plenty of attacks at my disposal, and I certainly could have worked them in. However, the one particular base, Dioxin, it looked really, really tough. So I made a tactical decision that we were going to save as many of attacks as possible for that base, because it was going to need there was just so many things that you had to do. There was mines in the way, there was shock launchers in the way, rockets in the way, there was so many. It was going to require so many precision attacks. So it all depended on how well the team could handle the other bases. And we got off to a really good start. So this was Mishu, and which was driven by me, and this was a fail technically. Yes, I screw up. My plan was to show whoever the next guy was, we'll find that out. My plan was Lord Beerus. We needed this rocket gun. Yes, we could have easily loaded Warrior and all that, but I wanted to demonstrate that you could easily, in this situation, you could easily just drop, flare, shock, get your guys in position, just keep shocking it. The rocket's gonna go. Now, there are tactical differences. Oh, well, if you use a Warrior, it's much better in that situation. Well, I mean, maybe, but you're gonna die after the rocket dies anyway. So it doesn't matter if you use Hookah, Tank, Warriors, or Monkeys. Remove the rocket. When that's the mission, just do that. Just remove the rocket. And here's how you would do it with Hookah had I flared correctly. Pause. You see, when I flared, I did not flare the rocket. I flared like next to the rocket, so they just kind of kept right on walking, whereas the girl should have stopped right here. That's when I realized what was going wrong. And again, it was all panic after that. And once you've entered panic mode, it really doesn't matter what goes right, goes wrong, because you're panicking, and when you're panicking, it's over. So that was going in just to show how it could be done. I then went to a Dr. T base and did a very similar attack on a rocket, and then showed Lord Beerus, and like, alright, so this is how you're supposed to do it. And I just showed him the right way. Yeah, I made a mistake that run. But once Lord Beerus understood the concept of what I was talking about, see? You just say shock and flare it, man. You got plenty of shock, plenty of things. You're going to die anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. Just get rid of the rocket. That's what Lord Beerus did. Great job. Very solid start. Lord Beerus has not been on the team for super long, so, he's still learning our system, but we're going to get him there. Now, this was Peters on Duality. Peters had, he had all Zookas loaded, so we discussed with him exactly how many barrage and artillery he had, and we figured out that he had enough to clear a few of these mines and hit this laser and then drop and start working this area, and that's what he did. So I'll show you where the really rough attacks really started, but I'm going to show you. So good job, Peters. Nice usage of your Zookas, just knowing. And remember, the job on this one, his main job, yeah, he's going to fight this stuff. His main job was to bomb this laser. When we call for team artillery on an object, it's important that everyone throw at least a bomb or two on it, because that's going to set up the whole attack later. Like, that's important. Don't don't bomb what you think is going to be an issue now, unless that's when the notes say bomb a laser. It's because, when the notes say bomb something towards the back, in your mind, just understand what we're trying to do is clear a winning spot. Like, we will deal with the path. We'll let our troops deal with the path, but we have to clear our winning spot. That's what we're trying to do every time. So this was Ali. He is one of our better rifleman users, but he'll also go Zooka in specific situations. Notice he's just weakening that laser. Right there again, nobody saving the universe. Now, Allie, I wish that I had taken time to explain. I wish we could have figured out for you to take out these 3 items. Because these 3 items, I don't know. One of the big problems yesterday is these 4 booms. Everybody was just scared of them, which is so unlike our team. Like, so many times our guys have just charged in on boom cannons. Keep them shocked, fight them, do it. But for some reason, those boom cannons started giving everybody the shakes. And I kept telling people, I'm like, okay, well, no, we need those booms in front of the HQ to go. And there were specific times where I specifically said in front of the HQ, and there were times where I just assumed everybody knew what the hell I was talking about. But the more and more we attacked Duality, the more and more we kept running away from that those damn boom cannons, which is just unlike us. It's not normal. We attack HQs. We attack boom cannons. We don't shy away from them. The notes said, or not notes because we were doing chat first, but what I said is drop front, okay, front, center, to the right. And the note said boom cannons. The chat said boom cannons. And yet we're still just dropping over here and dealing all this. I don't care about this stuff, guys. I'm not angry. I'm bangry. This was kind of a wasted attack from a really reliable person. We love Sika. Sika's awesome. But just as soon as I saw the troops over there, oh, let me finish that. I was just thinking like, what the hell was that? Okay, so we're just gonna let it walk up. You know, but I mean, Sika did good damage. Sika bombed the laser, you know, put a good hurting on that, you know. Started working on this stuff, which, you know, is cute and all, but Sika, you should have dropped here and started working this way. You know, if you're going to do this attack, then please do this attack. Come over here and start working, like, the whole side. You know, because sure enough, then the snipers are all gone. You got these machine guns, and machine guns just do not get enough credit for being dangerous defenses, and I'm going to show you where we lost it because of just, you know, we don't respect the we don't respect the machine guns enough. Okay, so then after that, this was Reaper. He's a pretty good dude, you know, and I'm like, alright, we got to work on the boom cannons, and, you know, anytime that there's a communication breakdown, it's automatically my fault. Make that clear. That's just how I feel. I believe it. I stand by it. But, at the same time, I can't put images in your brain, and I can't type out every single absolute specific for every single absolute attack. I can't do it, guys. You can't do it. Nobody can do it. At some point, you have to trust your guys to trust their instincts. And I tell them all the time, trust your instincts. Well, so far, when we started attacking away, I mean, and it really started with Sika. And I'm not, you know, putting it all on Sika. I'm not putting it all on anybody. But once Sika started this path of working the wrong side, working away from the HQ, everybody else just started doing it too. And it went to Reaper. And that's what Reaper did. Guys, we have to have a nose for the HQ. You just have to know. Please don't make me specify every single little thing. I can't do it. You know, sometimes when I'm trying to give good advice in Boom Beach, what you guys don't realize is in real life, you know, I'm on the job, or I'm, you know, trying to cook dinner, eat dinner, go to the mall with my lady. I'm trying to do things or live my life, so I need you guys to understand that I do have other things to do, so I can't give 100% guidance and coaching. But why are we attacking here? Reaper, man. Like I said, like we've been discussing about when to drop your Zookas first, when to drop your heavies first. Well, this was a perfect situation where you want to drop your heavies first, but I said front, center, right. You know, and I in my mind, that makes perfect sense. Front, center, towards the right side. Like we're trying to clear out the front, center, right. Like this, why are we going over here? You know? And then, Reaper, if I have to be really critical, because of the way you drop, all your heavies over here. You didn't utilize any flare, any repositioning, so your Zookas all come over here and get eaten off by this machine gun. Guys, if you can't control your troops, just don't show up. You know, like, there's no reason to have you in battle if you're not going to take the time to control your troops for a quality attack. This was shit. I'm sorry. You got 1 force point on this, Reaper. No, I'm not angry. I'm bangry. That's ridiculous. Like, and we just got to know better. Like, I can't coach everything. I can't do it. It's impossible for anybody to do. I don't know. And then Nuka goes in. So I'm just, at this point, I don't even remember what I said. I'm just like, all right, Nuka, come on, we gotta start working these boom cannons like we've got to. I keep telling people the boom cannons, and for some reason everybody's like, oh, you mean these boom cannons? Like, these are the ones that are completely way over here and out of the way and have absolutely nothing to do with a victory at all? Yeah, let's go after them. I'm sorry I sound angry, but that was my perspective. Just like, what the hell are we doing? Why are we going over here when the win is right here? Everybody with eyeballs can see there's an HQ right here. Everybody who plays Boom Beach knows that the goal is always to destroy the HQ. What the hell? What the hell? And look at this, because we're not taking the time to control our troops properly. Sure enough, hey, let's just go give all these Zookas up to all these machine guns. Why not? That sounds like a fun time. You know, it's like, oh, well, you got 15 or you got 16 force points. Were they useful force points? You didn't take out the right targets over here. You didn't take out anything over here. This was a high-level wasted attack. Yeah, you destroyed the laser. Yeah, you started working the bomb and all that stuff, but there should have already been a hole here, man. We should have been able to fight this shock launcher by now. Like, there were so many things that we should have been able to do by now, but because we're all attacking on the wrong side, and you know, like, come on, and I need you to see this stuff, guys. If you're gonna be on this team long term, you got to see this stuff for yourself. That's why I'm doing these videos, so I can explain it, but not so I have to explain it every video. There's never a situation that I've seen where the idea is to keep attacking away from the HQ. This was not a drop right sneak around. Nobody said drop right sneak around. There's 0 point in doing a drop right sneak around here. You've got a straight path right here, right here. Let's use that. Let's use that path. Front right center. Front left center would be over here. Front right center would be over here. Back right center would be over here. Back left center over here. You know, I can use directionals, you know, northeast, northwest, you know, southwest. I don't know. We'll figure out a way, but regardless, there's no reason anybody's eyeballs should have led them to that attack. There's just no reason it should have happened. And then Stort went in, and I thought we covered everything on Stort. And I love Stort, and Stort's been on the team for a long time. And what's he do? What's he do? Like, what is that? Like, what the hell was that? Like, come on, Stort, you know better than that. Like, and he's been with us for a while. He's, like, what happened? Like, just what happened? And then Nisi, he goes in. Now, Nisi, I want to apologize. I know because you were the last attack, it probably felt like I was mad at you. No, I was strongly considering closing this op down several attacks prior to you. Just things are starting to smell wrong, and it's like we got to regroup or something. And by the time you attack, it was just oh, I do want to also explain in real life. In real life, we had worked overnight, as Angie was explaining to some of our guys in chat. I don't sleep on op days. You know, it's not a luxury I afford myself. And the reason is because, not because I care about the game, because I care about you people, man. I care about your people and y'all having a good time and enjoying the team and being successful and working together and finding success. You know, and that's why I do it. That's why I stay awake. That's why I deprive myself of valuable sleep and stay of it. Anytime it says chat first in the notes, then you can guarantee that Mr. Non-Defense is sitting there all by himself with nothing to do other than just to watch that chat. So I'm not telling you this to feel bad for me. I'm just help you understand my situation. That's what I do. That's how I op. You know, I'm not out there getting tons and tons of intel, but I'm always making myself available. So, Nisa, you were the attack that I went ahead and just shut things down on. Again, like, it's just a matter of nose at this point. Like, we have to have a nose for the HQ. You know, there's no reason in the world we're going over here. But, I mean, good team artillery, it's like everybody did half of the mission great. Like, that seems like a fair description. Everyone did half of their mission great. But the other half, everybody was just like, you know, just like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? And I know I told Nisi, I'm like, yeah, the boom cannon's over here. And I was like, yeah, we gotta get them. And again, I guess I didn't specify hard enough, but again, and these are situations where I don't feel like I need to. Like, we just have to know when the HQ is this exposed, we gotta be putting it down, man.
I have something to say.
Yes, please.
Okay. So there seems to be some confusion on Team Artillery and what it's for. Team Artillery is to take out major defenses like shock blaster, shock launchers, things that cause major problems. If we tell you to drop all your bombs and commit suicide, there is a reason. We're not asking you to do it to waste your attack or anything else. It's because if we're asking you to drop all your bombs and commit suicide, chances are the next person or the person following them will be taking the winning shot. And guys, there's only 4 to 5 bases to take out. Only 4 to 5 people can get winning shots. Not everyone can get a winning shot. And I know everyone wants that winning shot. But until you prove that these days, most likely, it's an all-Zuka attack that takes the winning shot. So unless you can prove to us that you can sneak those little girls through defenses to get to that sweet spot, you're not going to take a winning shot. We need all Zuka players who know how to run them. But via another chat app, somebody was, questioning Team Artillery and, but that would waste my attack. My troops would all die. Buddy, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that's the point. That's all I've got to say on that.
Yeah, when we're asking for your Team Artillery, what that essentially means is I don't really care what your troops do. Like, I want them to do their best, and I want you to position them properly, and take out a defense or two. But when we're asking for Team Artillery, especially extreme Team Artillery, where we're asking you just to empty your clip on it, then that's the most important part of your attack, not the troops. A lot of people seem to kind of have it wrong on how this goes down. So that was duality. Well said, Angie. So that was duality. In real life, talking about what was going on, as we were just doing things, this was a beautiful attack by Sith. Sith's been with us a while, and he certainly made mistakes, but he always does his best to get the results that we're asking him to achieve. So great job, Sith. We love having you on the team. And for you Saiyans, Sith lost 4 accounts on this team for you guys to come over. So I'm not saying as a threat, but I'm saying he deserves at least 1 more account over. So, you do the math there. You tell me what that means. But he does deserve another account over, and as soon as we can get him one, he will have one. You dig? So somebody's gonna have to go. Lord Beerus. Alrighty. Was this duality? Already discussed that. Okay, so good job. That was actually a good attack, Lord Beerus. You followed directions perfectly there. So this was Bork. Bork had a good attack. We're just going over here, nothing fancy. Remember, I don't give too much credit to the strength attacks, but it doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means, it just is what it is. But when it goes super well, then hey, awesome. But we saw that he had Scorcher Zuka. I don't like that flare there. I'd have had you flare there and let him walk, but whatever. He went Scorcher Zuka with pretty good effectiveness, I'd say. So, great job, Bork. We thanked him, I believe, in chat. So thank you, sir. So again, in real life, as we were watching this, it was like everything was going fine. What was that, Crunch? Everything was going fine, and then all of a sudden, in a 2-hour time span, when me and Angie were at the busiest part of our day, which is when we're loading the box truck, going to pick up the box truck, load the box truck, deal with the paperwork, all of that stuff, that's when all of a sudden everything just went to hell. Everything just went to hell. And of course I was busy in real life and there wasn't much I could do about it except log in and cry, because that's all I could do. And then there was a point when everybody in the chat was trying to talk to me, one guy at the same time. Guys, I'm one guy. And there were miscommunications with Bone and with Sander and all the, or not with Sander, with Daryl. There were these miscommunications that were happening, and looking back through the chat, I realized I wasn't focused enough on that person because there was just too much happening at one time. So I'm going to show you the system. Angie, are you on right now?
Yep, I am.
Say reporting for duty. I want you guys to just see this and understand my mentality. I'm just sitting here, I hope somebody shows up to attack. Oh, Angie's on, great. So I'm going to say, Angie, and I've done this for a lot of you. Where I use the exclamation point, that is me acknowledging that I am looking at you, I'm focused on you, I'm scouting your base. Oh, I see Angie has Zukas. So, and then that's where I would say, Angie, blah, 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 and I would say, duality. Oh, another thing. When we are talking about bases, from now on, the first word out of your mouth, and I'm using the finger quotes, will be the base you're talking about. So, for example, Angie, duality, do awesome, okay? So I would say that, right? So, Angie, duality, do awesome. Angie would then ask any questions that she has, okay? I would then clarify anything that we need to sort out. And everybody else is allowing me, in a perfect situation, everybody else is allowing me to have this conversation. Okay, that means you're sitting out. So good job. So I'm going to say, right side looks great. Okay, looks great. Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to say, right side looks great. Thanks. Gonna give her a little exclamation point to let them know, come on, thanks, man. Give a little exclamation point, let her know, and then I'm gonna say, good luck. This is the phrase. That is your green light. You will, from now on, everyone will wait until the person who's assigning instructions, use all my bums are saved for shock. I'm gonna say half and half. Half and half. Follow your instincts. And that means, guys, I trust you. I do trust you to follow your instincts, because I know I can't coach every single little moment. So, once again, she had further questions. Good luck. So that means she's gotten the green light. I've acknowledged what she said. We've sorted out any differences. And now at this point, it's all on the member to do it, whatever it is that we do. So thank you so much for that demo, Angie.
You're welcome.
So she would then go in, do her attack, and then afterwards I would say, like great attack or okay attack, or whatever went right or went wrong, we would acknowledge it then. But then once Angie's done, once I'm done acknowledging Angie, she then takes a back step out of the chat and lets the next person come up and get their instructions, okay? So this is important. We had too many people talking to me at one time, and I couldn't sort it out fast enough, and there was just too much going wrong all at the same time. So guys, we've got to work on that. That was another breakdown from yesterday. Okay. Stronghold. I mean, we should have crushed this thing, guys. We really should have crushed this thing. And I know everybody's still mad at me. It's like, yeah, well, we still should have gone and got the force points and all that stuff. I know I don't care about your opinion. I just saw, as I said last night, if a boxing coach was watching his guy out there in the ring just bleeding buckets, he would throw in the towel and save his guy. It was time to do that. And again, there was a teachable lesson here, and I needed to get everybody's attention. So when I called an end to the op, yeah, it got everybody's attention. I guarantee this video is going to get views from everyone on the team, because it's just so rare for me just to say stop. I've never given up. And I don't feel like I gave up. I feel up. I changed tactics. Like, that's how I feel. I changed tactics. That's all. So, Dredge was okay. Sander, I want to just go ahead and give you a shout out. You executed the bitch part of Dredge, and that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a barrage. You handled that beautifully. Thank you, sir. I specifically asked you to drop your hookah over here and just see if you can generate any extra gunboat. I wanted you to start dropping this mortar. I didn't get the info out in time, and that's because you didn't wait till I said good luck. Okay, so we're gonna have the discussion, and the leader, whether it's me, Nick, Juan, Angie, HB, Titan, or just another member, you know, when you're getting advice from somebody and that somebody is giving you advice, then you need to wait till that person says good luck. That means I've said all that I can say, and unless you have any questions, you're on your own. So good luck is a great phrase. I mean, we're not on it. We're not just wishing you luck. You know, we're acknowledging that we're done speaking. There's a lot more. You know, it's these little details. That's one of the reasons we're really good at what we do. There was, like, I'm hesitant to show. Crunch. That's right. Let's show what went wrong on Crunch. So Bort did Crunch. He did a very good job of kind of cleaning the side there. Then Penetrating Paul, we figured let's go ahead and send him in and, you know, finish opening it up, right? So at this point on this base, we're on budget. You know, everything's looking lovely. It's just looking great. So we're just watching this. I don't like that flare there. Please flare back here and just let your troops walk up to the defenses. When you flare them that close, your Zookas start taking unnecessary damage. But this was a good attack. You know, it was a good attack. And then after that, I looked at it and was like, oh, well, our girl, Fierce Holly, you know, who at the time was one of the lower remaining members available, but I knew she could position and shock and hold those things down long enough for her to get the win. I knew she could. Angie knew she could. Most of the people who have been on our team for a while and seen how we operate knew that she could. And then, where was it? So that was that. And then Flip, even though that the notes clearly said Holly only, and then in the description of how she was supposed to accomplish the attack, then Flip just went in with level 10 tanks. That's wrong. Anything less than a level 15 tank on this team is useless. Just useless. If I'll make an exception for anybody, it would probably be Sharpshooter. But he's been with us since almost day one, and he handles his business, and he always waits till the end for the close for free for all anyway because of his work schedule. So I've never really had an issue with him. But when you're getting involved in the important part of the work, you know, the teamwork part of the day, do not report to my operation with less than level 15 tanks. Just don't do it. So, and then he goes in, and so now he's broken the tank rule. He's now attacking a base that was reserved for a low level. The only thing that could be worse now is for him to not win. And sure enough, we all know what happened. He did this, started taking all this damage. I don't think he was keeping this thing shot down. He's losing tanks left and right. It was just like, come on, guys. Like, we have to do better than this.
And I have to ask, who sends tanks to a Doom Cannon?
Yeah, like, why? Like, who even thinks that that's a good idea? Like, that's just everything about that attack was tactically wrong. So, and it was like, alright, cool, Flip, that sucks, but at that moment, we were still doing okay, and I wasn't going to kick you. And then Ken Roddy. Now, in Ken Roddy's defense, he did call us, or text me, and explain that his child, his 5-year-old son, picked up the phone and just started attacking, and he didn't know what the hell was going on. And you say, oh, well, he's just a little child and we shouldn't be angry at the children. No, protect your phone. That is your phone. If you can't protect your phone, then I don't see how we can do anything, you know, here. But I mean, clearly this was a child's attack. We all looked at it and knew it was a child's attack. But at the same time, Ken, and I told him in a text message, like, protect your phone. Like, if you can't do that, then I can't help you. Because what if that had been the last attack? What if that had been the most critical attack of the day? It's gone now. And he's one of our more powerful accounts, so it's just wasted. Protect your damn phone, man. Well, so then we send in, finally Holly gets online. And she's absolutely wonderful. Never seen a photo of her in my life, but she is beautiful, and I love her so much. And she did exactly what we said that she was going to be able to do. Now you say, oh, well, if Flip hadn't gone in, she wouldn't have weakened it enough. Like, you know, maybe. But you see that. You know, she had at least enough for another round or two, and that's all she needed. When we mark a base for a low level, a specific low level, do not be that guy to try to steal a win from our low levels. Like, you're gone. You're gone. I care about my low levels so much because they are the critical pieces. Like the big strong guys, I know I'm glad you're here and I love you, but tactically I'll take my low levels because my low levels will appreciate more what it is, the minute details of how we achieve victories. So yeah, I care about my low levels, man, absolutely. So after that, then I went ahead and just kicked Ken. I started getting really bangry. So I kicked Ken, kicked Flip. I see that this thing is just, you know, I started going through, watching all the attacks again, watching all the mistakes that we're making, and then Nisi pops up, and so I'm like, all right, come on, one more saving grace, just get these boom cannons, and of course, he goes over here. So again, Nisi, it wasn't you, man. Make that clear. It wasn't you that did it. It was just everything that just went wrong, and it was just you know, as the leader of this team, it was my job to just recognize that everything was going wrong and figure out how to handle it. And I felt at this time I needed to get everybody's attention negatively, you know, without yelling at everybody and firing everybody, but I needed everybody to know that there was something on my mind. And all I kept talking about was, I'm about to do this video, and everybody kept going, when's it coming, when's it coming? So that's it, guys. Those are things I hope in all my rambling, you know, is kind of able to cover what's going on. At the end of the day, when we're talking to whoever is in charge of the operation that day, be it Mick, be it me, Nick, Bronson, Angie, HB, Titan, or even just one of the regular members who volunteers to watch the chat, because that's really what it comes down to, is you have to just donate your time to be here and watch what's going on. Hell, I'll train somebody to be that guy if somebody volunteers and tells me that they're really interested in just sitting in a chair and watching a chat screen all day. But when we're chatting, you gotta just keep the chat organized. When one guy is trying to give good advice to one guy, you've just gotta let that guy get the advice, receive the advice, understand the advice. What else was it? Team artillery, we were good about team artillery. Everybody bombed the targets. Say, oh, I'm missing a base. Okay. Daryl. And this was another situation of when Daryl went in. Here he is. There's just a little example of how these miscommunications can work. All right? Because through my eyes, I'm calling for team artillery on the northeast rocket right here. All right, I believe is Daryl the one from Holland? Whoever, you know, maybe they look at a map differently. I mean, we had a good laugh about it. You know, when it's all said and done. And remember, not really angry. I'm not really mad at anybody. But so we're like, you know, laughing. We're calling for a northeast rocket team artillery, right? So what's he do? He goes after the northwest rocket, like just right out the gate. And it was like, oh no. And as soon as it started, it was just like, oh no. You know, so his mission was to drop riflemen over here, start fighting this stuff and bombing this rocket the whole time, the northeast rocket. What he did is he bombed the northwest rocket, a rocket that we never had any intention of bombing or even paying attention to at all. So, you know, so that sucks. But when we were having the communication, so I gave the specific directions, and even then that wasn't enough, because he then got in chat and said, oh, the one by the power cells? And of course, I'm like, well, yeah, man, absolutely, the one by the power cells. You know? Like, we've got to do better than this, guys. You know, we've just got to do better than this. So, Daryl, I want to thank you so much for weakening the hell out of this rocket. I wish we could just transfer all that damage to right here, because otherwise, because again, half of your attack was brilliant. It was brilliant. And then the other half. So, and just these are the miscommunications we have to avoid. We have to. There's no exceptions for little stuff like that. So I don't know what we got to do, but we got to get better about these little things. And in the one final step as I wrap this video up, you know, you can say, well, why couldn't we just keep going in and trying to get as much force points as possible? Because then the point that I'm just trying to make would have been lost, and then it would have been just another lost op, and everybody say, oh well, you know, if everybody would have done better, blah, blah, blah. No, I needed to show you guys the point where this thing was lost, because at that point, 26 attacks in, our budget should have allowed for us to only have like 2 very like manageable bases to deal with, but we still had like 3, and only one of them was in decent shape. The other 2 were barely touched. One of them, the hardest, wasn't even touched at all. Yeah, I saw, you know, the writing was on the wall, guys. So like I said, I figure since we're going to take a loss, I'd rather take a loss and get you guys, you know, stir the pot, shake the hornet's nest, make this video, and just get you guys, get under your skin enough, because I need you to be under your skin. I need to be under your skin, because you yesterday got under mine. I don't sleep, you know, when on op days, and I don't say that to make you feel bad for me. I say that to make you understand that I care about you as a team. I care about this team's success, and I've never asked everybody to have perfect attacks, but you gotta kind of work in the system. For the system to work, the system that we have worked so hard to create, execute, you've got to use the little things that make the system work for it to work. So, and that's the communication, that's making sure we're all on the same page, not overwhelming the leader giving the advice. You know, again, that's another thing, like, there was just so much going on. So guys, we just got to slow it down a bit, be methodical, take our time, make sure we're all understanding. If it's not your turn to attack and there's chat happening, you know, that's just being, you know, describing what's supposed to happen, then you need to be out of the chat right now, okay? Just stay out of the chat, keep your mouth shut for a minute, let this person receive their instructions, let them go attack, and then once it's all over, everybody will get a chance to say good job and hey, that was wonderful, and give their opinions and thoughts and advice. But then the second the next person pops up and says I'm ready, the chat needs to just shut down, and the only 2 people exist are the person training, giving the instructions, and the person receiving instructions, okay? So alright, I'm going to wrap this video up. I promise, guys, I'm not real life angry. I thought all in all everybody did half of their attacks very well, but half of a good attack isn't enough to beat Stronghold like we did the other day. If we go and look at the attacks we did the other day, everybody for the most part was on point. Everybody followed the good instincts. Today is like, So, I don't know. I think Nisi said it best. It seems like we got too complacent, and you know, and maybe that's true. They're just used to me, Nick, and Bron and Angie going in and opening things up, and then it's easy walk for them. Well, yesterday wasn't that kind of op, guys. You know, yesterday was a day that we needed you to do the heavy work, so me, Bron, Angie, and Nick could focus on the precision work, and that's what I was trying to coach you towards, and everything just went to hell. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Please remember that we are still unboomable, and everybody on every Boom Beach team out there, I love you guys, man, and I want to do everything I can to help you get better, and do everything and listen to you to help me get better, and just continue to grow, continue to work together, continue to just do what we do. So, alright, well, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please remember that we are still unboomable, and as always, please say it with me, be safe.